Hey guys, my name is Nora Franch, and welcome to the podcast Grateful Blessed Mess, daily reflections for those in the 12 steps. I am a fellow 12-stepper and certified mindset coach, and I am here to introduce you to the value of mindset coaching in your 12-step journey. So if you feel like you are stuck in the steps, if you're slipping and sliding with your abstinence, mindset coaching may help you as it did me, and you can find me at CatholicMindsetCoaching.com. These episodes are meant to invite you in to consider the truths of 12-step wisdom and to join in the very real struggle of living them in action. I hope that it feels almost like a mini meeting, and I invite you to contribute your own share on the Grateful Blessed Mess Facebook group to keep the discussion going. My comments are based on my own experience, so feel free to take what you like and leave the rest. But my hope is to encourage you on your own daily 12-step journey. As they say, you cannot stay clean on yesterday's shower. So without further ado, let's begin. We're reading from Daily Reflections. It's the reading for April 6th on page 105. It's titled A Lifetime Process. We were having trouble with personal relationships. We couldn't control our emotional natures. We were a prey to misery and depression. We couldn't make a living. We had a feeling of uselessness. We were full of fear. We were unhappy. We couldn't seem to be of real help to other people. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 52. Hot damn, can I relate to that? Oh my gosh. This is why I ate. This is why I fill in the blank. Drink, gamble, whatever. Because I could not control my emotional nature. And I will tell you still to this day, I feel like there's sometimes where I'm at the mercy of my emotional nature. And that is just evidence of still my emotional immaturity that I need to grow in. And I've heard it said in the rooms that whenever it is we start engaging in our substance of choice is the day we stopped emotionally growing. And so for me, that takes me back to like grade school years, right? So I've been in program for just over 10 years now. And so that puts me still in my teenage years in terms of emotional maturity. Shh, don't tell anyone. And it's, I feel the struggle. I do. And if you're there too, like, I'm with you. We're all trying, we're all growing, we're all working, but sometimes, we take a step forward and then hit 2 steps back. And I'm here to remind you and remind myself that that is a normal part of the process. And please don't beat yourself up, because as long as you're not quitting entirely, that is how you grow, even when you're moving backwards. And sometimes there can be a growth spurt after that. So, God willing, I'm going to read the reflection here now. These words remind me that I have more problems than alcohol, that alcohol is only a symptom of a more pervasive disease. When I stopped drinking, I began a lifetime process of recovery from unruly emotions, painful relationships, and unmanageable situations. This process is too much for most of us without help from a higher power and our friends in the fellowship. When I began working the steps of the AA program, many of these tangled threads unraveled, but little by little, the most broken places of my life straightened out. One day at a time, almost imperceptibly, I healed. Like a thermostat being turned down, my fears diminished. I began to experience moments of contentment. My emotions became less volatile. I am now once again a part of the human family. That is so beautiful to hear the promises coming true in this person's life. And I want to comment on, little by little, the broken places in my life got straightened out. It's a lifetime process. It took us a lifetime to develop these unhelpful ways of managing and negotiating life. And it takes, probably twice as long to unravel them, if not longer, because we get stuck in these ways and we have these ways of thinking that tell us this is the right way or the safe way to handle a situation or to cope with a situation. And it's very hard to unlearn those deep grooves in our brain. And the practice of the 12 steps, we do it with our substance of choice. And this goes back to my share from yesterday about how I had to get a handle on like that physical part first. And I think it kind of trickles into this, is that once I've learned how to work the 12 steps with, your fill in the blank, fill in whatever it is that you're in the rooms for. Once I've learned how to work the 12 steps around that one thing that just knocked my legs out from under me, then the reason why this is a lifelong process is because I get to start to apply that same 12-step method to every area of my life that is painful, unruly, and unmanageable. And chances are that's going to be your emotions and it's going to be relationships, people. Those are the hardest place to work our program. Are they not? They are a challenge. And that is why we have to work this daily as well, because we are in relationship with people daily. We're even in relationship with ourselves daily. And emotions are just a part of life, and they're a good thing. Part of my disease was wanting to hide from painful emotions, but I've learned that even painful emotions are good because they serve a purpose. There is no bad emotion. There are unuseful ones like confusion and blind rage and and self-pity, but there are good parts even of those. There are good parts of them. And so, take what's useful and leave the rest. But really there is no bad emotion because it's just an indicator. We hear it described as like a light on the dashboard. It lets us know that something's going on in the system and we have to get it checked out. We have to journal, we have to write, we have to call our sponsor, we have to dig, we have to go to counseling, we have to work with a coach to get to the root of that emotion, or it will come out sideways in some sort of emotional explosion or relapse or something. It just does. It's like that law of physics where energy can't be created or destroyed. It just is. And so we can't just quash or stifle certain uncomfortable emotions that we don't like. They will come out sideways. It's that beach ball, holding a beach ball under the water. Eventually, if you're not doing it just perfectly, it's going to shoot out the side and like, oh crap, sorry. Like you hit stranger in the face, it's just how it goes. And I hate when people tell me to be gentle to myself because I'm not gentle with myself. And so it's hard for me and I don't like hearing it because part of me thinks that's weak, except that if I look at what happens when I'm hard on myself, like nothing good comes from it other than self-hatred and grumpiness and crankiness toward other people. I can admit that. I'm still working on being kinder to myself. But if you are kinder to yourself, then when you do, when that beach ball does shoot out sideways, it gets to be a moment of growth. It gets to be a learning opportunity instead of a place where you failed again or you just didn't white knuckle hard enough. Okay? So keep at it. Share with me how this is hitting you. I feel very strongly about like everything that I brought up in today's share. So I would just love to get more input from the rest of you. With that, I pass. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode.
If you feel that mindset coaching could help you on your 12-step journey, please feel free to reach out and find me at catholicmindsetcoaching.com. But more than that, it's important to me to give listeners like yourself a place where you do not need to feel alone on your 12-step journey. And for that reason, I've created a Facebook group. It's called Grateful Blessed Mess, and it's a place where listeners can go to add their own commentary on the share for the day, in addition to my own, and for us just to have a conversation or start a back and forth where people can find support in their 12-step journey. This is not a replacement for 12-step work. This is something outside of the 12 steps. It is simply something that has a heart for the 12 steps and those who are in it. And so, welcome. If you are here, chances are you may also be a bit of a mess. And I hope that you can learn to find some gratitude in the blessings that have come from your messes.